No, 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 what's good? Yeah, sorry, I just woke up to something crazy today. And yeah, starting this out, I really would like to say that I actually like Final Fantasy 15's Square Enix's little April Fool's joke with the Final Fantasy 14 Omega Smart Home Assistant. Which basically is sort of like a iHome. So it's technically pretty fun, man, to deal with. You know, but moving on from that, like here's something that I wanted to talk about today, and it is this right here specifically. It's basically Final Fantasy 14 has went on to say that they dropped two new races within the game. In this case, you have the Varias, the bunny women, and also they have the Rothgar, the basically the bestial animal man. All right, so now the bunny women are based on obviously the Fran essentially from who first appeared in Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced, and then they went on to say, okay, we're only going to show the bunny women. Obviously, everybody recognizes Fran from Final Fantasy 12, and then now basically the Hearthgar are basically Ronsos, or at least they're based on the Ronsos from Final Fantasy 10. They're muscular bestial men and whatnot. Now people on the internet are actually pretty angry at the idea that basically that these guys are gender locked. Okay, they are angry that these guys are gender locked because of or at least I feel that it's a bit more like with the Various, because apparently they do have male Various. The difference is though is that the male Various are based in the lore. They're known to be pretty segregated and they don't like to be around people, and they're super aggressive. So that is enough of a reason. Good God. So that is good of enough of a reason for them not to necessarily want to be around people. However, ever since the Ronsos came out, since they're technically a male-only race, or at the very least we haven't seen any female Ronsos, we can kind of only assume that, it's a male-only race. So people kind of are like, wait a second, that one's male-only, I can't play as a male Varia, but what about all the cat people? Because, the cat people, their lore is that they're what is it? It's right here. They are described as being isolated by nature and have a low population, but they're one of the more popular races to play as. And I'm like, yeah, because that's a video game, or at the very least, it's well, not a video game, but I'm like, yeah, because guys, because people love cat women, they love them. Now, mind you, I kind of understand where they're coming from, because again, they have only, well, that last comment is not really all that good, but basically we have only seen female Various within that game, Final Fantasy 12, and so on and so forth. I don't think we've ever I don't think that they've actually allowed you to meet a male Varia yet. So why in the world would they do that now and give you the option to do that, or at least make a male one? There is no reason for it, because again, it kind of doesn't work with specifically how they are. Now, as for this being a online game, well, yeah, you could put you could put isolated by nature in there, but they can still be around people. The other ones are also aggressive. The Ronso ones, I kind of don't see the problem here. I really don't. But this article specifically, it kind of started to bother me a bit, because they went on to talk about how specifically that Square Enix has a problem with how they do their female and male characters, where that basic, or at least that it has a problem with creating femininity or masculinity or whatever it was. It tried to get into it was ringing all my agenda bells, and basically the person writing this went on to say that now the game has a problem because basically the guys are masculine and the women are feminine, because I forget the name of the big blue people. Let me see if I can find it. Here right there, the Aru, a demonic looking race, race with distant horns and scales. The male bodies look bestial with long limbs and exaggerated horns, whereas the women look considerably more waifu-ish with petite figures, large doe-like eyes. They even basically like the this is the big blue ones. Like they suffer similarly with the men presenting a hyper masculine idol, though though broad and powerful builds, while the women present a noticeably more dainty build, which while more muscular than many other female races, is very traditionally feminine figure. And it's to the point now to where it's like, yes, they do. You know what kind of game you're getting at. I mean, this entire sentence here, I mean, like this entire paragraph, like right here, like I don't even know why it's even here, why man is even calling it a problem. Because again, people are honestly angry at a video game where basically you can't play. Basically they're cutting out the middleman and they're giving you what you wanted. People have been asking for Fran's race for like who knows how long, right? But then the second that they give it to you, oh wait a second, I want the male one too because I don't want to be man live man this one. You just honestly, you just can't just make everybody happy. And honestly, they give you the Ronsos because they're slowly building onto their world and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, because if it's not, man, the little potato kids and whatnot that people are playing as, it's cat girls. Now basically they give you a bunny girl and you're like, yeah, I don't want that. I want the bunny guy. Or at least, or is this an argue for the option? Because either way, the argument is kind of silly, and I feel as though that they probably shouldn't even be trying to argue this in the first place. You know what I mean? You got Fran, you got Kamari, okay? They added them to the game along, man, with the red mage, blue mage, and everything else. Like they're slowly building on everything like that. Like every single job that they have, like in a Final Fantasy game, they're slowly giving it to you. What are you even complaining about at this moment? I don't know what it is, but basically whoever wrote this, like seriously, like this entire paragraph, honestly, you shouldn't be playing video games. I'm not saying that as, you know, like a high-end gamer and whatnot. I'm saying this as basically it's like, what are you even complaining about? Are you complaining that basically like that the female character should be extra masculine and have broader shoulders and whatnot, so that we so that we make it like play man to all these crazy stereotypes? If you want to do that, just make a male character. Like honestly, like it's there. Like stop trying to put. I feel like that they're trying to put politics into this. I could be wrong, but until then, like I will say though is that like this is something that will actually make me go back and play Final Fantasy again. I might actually make a brand new character because I do have like 2 of them so far, you know. But until then, I'll catch you on the next Jongravesshow. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. Tell me what you think about this down there in the comment section. Price of this news article stupid. I'll see you next time.